Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Jay. I am your StriveScan facilitator for this evening, and we are super excited to get you all started. We have 5 great schools with just 6 minutes to tell you all about why they might be the right school for you. I've got a couple housekeeping announcements before we get started, but then I will pass it on to the stars of our show, our presenters. First, let me just welcome you to the Western Association for College Admission Virtual College Fair. I missed a word there. Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. You can use the Q&A button at any time to ask questions to our presenters. Your audio, your video, all of that is completely off, so no worries, we cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many sessions always being hosted by StriveScan, and in about 1 week, you can get this presentation at strivescan.com/WACAC. Now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and bring up our first presenter here with University of Illinois at Chicago.
Thank you so much. So hello and very nice to virtually meet you all. My name is Nita and I'm happy to represent West Coast admissions for the University of Illinois, Chicago. So we're located right in the loop, the heart of everything, close to the lakefront, etc. So we definitely are internship central, no matter what your major is. So moving on, in the next few minutes, we're just gonna kind of just discuss the logistics of applying and giving you some general information. This is the best way to reach me, admissions@uic.edu and discover.uic.edu is a great way to discover us. This is kind of some background information if you have not had the pleasure of visiting Chi-Town, as we call Chicago. We're a huge city, multiple Fortune 500 companies, museums, plays, theater, shopping, food. There's so much to do. Sports fans, you'll always have something to find. So this is kind of just our city. And a lot of people forget that we have warmth and other things other than snow. We actually have 4 seasons and beautiful beaches right there. So as far as UIC, or as we call the University of Illinois, Chicago, we're in the West Loop and we're 3 blocks away from United Center. So we often have free back to school concerts with big acts like Travis Scott. We have a comedy show called LOL at UIC, just a lot to do. You're within about 3.5, 4 hours from the West Coast via flights. And we have 2 an international and a non-international airport, but you get a city pass called a U-Pass if you do attend Chicago. So these are just some of the fun things to do. So kind of jumping more into why you're here, these are some of the recognitions that we like to tout. Top 10 best value Wall Street Journal, most transformative. So being a public school means you really get a lot for your budget. So we are definitely home as far as transfer students to business, nutrition, psychology, and then all the pre-programs from law to dentistry to medicine. So pre-programs are extremely popular, but we have a total of 86 majors. So as far as coming in as a transfer student, you have to pay attention to our website for any changing deadlines because COVID has kind of shifted them. But as long as you're out of high school and have attended any university, you are considered a transfer student. So we have a web application, an essay, letters of recommendation. We have a fee waiver, but we also have a $60 fee. Either or, we're happy to assist you. And then we do ask that students provide transcripts to us. That's kind of the gist of applying. And this is the website that you can go to, admissions.uic.edu for our web application. Moving on, these are some of the deadlines to keep in mind. And again, these are all on our website, but the biggest thing to note is that our nursing program has a hard deadline of January 15th every year. So you definitely, since we have 86 majors, want to go to our website to pay attention and take heed of what programs start during what semester, because some of the majors are a little more strict. I couldn't put all of our 100 majors there, but nursing is definitely one to note for January 15th. So if you have under 36 credits, guys, you're going to have to submit high school info, ACT, SAT information. But what we do for you is each student gets an audit of your transcripts done after you apply. So each of our UIC academic colleges has different prerequisites. I like to pre-warn my students from out of state. We utilize Transferology, which is a website where you can see how your credits come into play. However, most out-of-state universities are not listed in Transferology. So that's why I stated, as long as you're coming from a regionally accredited college, things like math, science, English, humanities, those are very likely to come in. And again, we do have a fee waiver, even if you wanted to apply to see how your credit audit would happen. That's just something we offer. One of my big advice notes to you guys is Your academic advisor is going to be your best friend throughout this process. So your current community college academic advisor, you're not assigned an academic advisor at USC until you're actually admitted. So make sure to make an appointment early and work with that person to kind of work on what classes you can take, etc. This is our transfer guide page. So this is a key page to where you can scroll down and pull down any of our 86 majors and see the requirements for it. So that's definitely important to do. And then please note that mail or email are the ways to get transcripts to us. So this is our FAFSA school code for anyone who's applying for financial aid. Now keep in mind, having taken classes previously is going to shave off some time and a little bit of money off of your application, but these are some of the scholarships. The Transfer Merit Tuition Award is very popular for my out-of-state students and definitely helps. But at USC, we lock in tuition. So even if tuition were to raise, you get that locked in rate. And then these are just kind of some of the things I went over, which I won't reiterate, but we are definitely known. We have 4 hospitals on site, so we're known as the medical district. So we have all sorts of majors, but I would say medicine, law, education, psychology, business, those are some of our biggest ones. So feel free to email me at admissions@usc.edu. This is our main webpage, and discover.usc.edu is a good way to find us and discover us during this time. So I thank you so much for your time. I'm going to pass this back on to Jay since my 6 minutes are just about up. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Nita. Really appreciate that. Let's bring on up DePaul University. Go ahead and take it away.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good evening, everyone. I should see my screen at this point. So, Jay, can you just give me like a thumbs up if you see it? I think we can.
Good.
Right? All right, excellent. Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Jim Roddy from DePaul University. So, just a few things about DePaul while I've got you here. So, we're the 14th largest private university in the country and the largest Catholic school in the United States as well. One thing I want to emphasize about this is that DePaul, while it's got it's a large school, obviously in the United States, but it's got a very small field to it. We still have an average class size of about 23 and a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And 98% of the classes at DePaul are taught by professors themselves, not by teaching assistants. We also have about 90% of our classes are taught, 90% of our classes have less than 40 people in them. So that's a little bit about DePaul by the numbers. We have 2 main campuses in Chicago, one being at our Lincoln Park campus. That's going to be home to our College of Liberal Arts, Social Sciences, College of Education, and the College of Science and Health. Our colleges of Business, Communication, and College of Computing and Digital Media are located at our Loop campus. Both of these are accessible by the CTA or the trains and the buses here in Chicago, which you'll get a U-Pass for as well, so that you can use those services free of charge. These are 2 dual functioning campuses. What I mean by that is neither one of these is a satellite campus. Both campuses have a library. Both campuses have DePaul Central, which is our financial aid office. Both campuses have bookstores. Both campuses have cafeterias. So whichever campus you're on, you're going to find a home at DePaul. Really, it's just about which campus you're going to be taking classes that day. The application process at DePaul is pretty straightforward. You fill out an application, it's free to apply, so there's no application fee, there's no essays, there's no letters of recommendation required. The application is found on go.depaul.edu/apply. It'll take you about 20 minutes to get through it. And then if you have at least 24 semester hours of coursework complete, then we do not require anything from high school. So we would just require your college transcripts if you've got 24 semester hours of coursework complete or more. And we're generally requiring that you have at least a 2.0 GPA, unless you have a 2.5, unless you're interested in the College of Education, in which case we require a 2.5 GPA. So that's kind of how the process works for applying financial aid and scholarships. When you have a 3.0 or higher with at least 15 semester hours of college coursework complete, that's when you're eligible for transfer scholarships. We begin at $9,000. With a 3.3 or higher, you're also eligible for $12,000 worth of scholarships. And then if you're a member of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, you get an additional $1,000 as well. Okay, and then just to show you a couple things about what DePaul is as far as transfer students. DePaul is about 40% of our students at DePaul started as transfer students. It's a significant transfer population. And actually this past commencement, about half the students that walked across the stage started at DePaul as transfers. So we have a huge transfer population, and you're a significant part of our student body here. So the reason I mention that is because we've got this transferring your courses page on our website that I wanted to show. This is found on go.depaul.edu/transfer center. Here you can use a video tutorial that'll kind of help show you all the tools that we have to navigate you through the process from A to Z, from beginning your application and looking at your transfer credits to actually enrolling in classes. You can also see the transfer guides, which we use for our local community colleges, but then also use course lists. This is for any school in the country that you may have attended. You can see how courses transfer here. And you can also use Transferology, again, accessible on our website at go.depaul.edu/transfer center. You can also schedule an appointment with us. This is found on go.depaul.edu/transfer appointments. Just select a date and time that you'd be interested in coming in. You can select that date and then just fill out the form, and you'll be set up with an appointment with our office. So those are just a few things about DePaul by the numbers and things that I wanted to make sure that you have as transfer resources. So really that's it, Jay. I will kick it back to you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Jim. We're going to move right along now to Southern Illinois University. Take it away, Julie.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Julie Strauss, and I'm with Southern Illinois University. And we're actually going to come to the bottom of the state. We are at the very bottom. Chicago's at the tip. We're about 5.5 hours south, and we are surrounded by the Shawnee National Forest. So it's a gorgeous area. Our campus is absolutely beautiful, and there's so many outdoor activities to do. It's unbelievable. So we have about a 13-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio at SIU. We have about 10,000 undergraduate students with over 100 countries represented. And we have about 13,000 with our graduate school as well. We have over 200 programs available. And what's interesting about SIU is that even as a freshman, you can actually get involved in research activities right away. So definitely as a transfer student, you wouldn't have to be a junior or a senior to be involved. It's fantastic. We definitely invest in our students. There's truth in tuition. We offer over $10 million in scholarships and grants that are awarded annually, and over 90% receive some form of financial assistance at SIU. We also have the legacy tuition rate, even for transfer students coming in. If your parents graduated from SIU, there's $2,000 off of your tuition. The scholarships that we award, let's go ahead and give you the transfer scholarship opportunities. I don't have those on here. So as a transfer student, you actually can, I think it takes a 3.5 GPA for you actually to be awarded a scholarship. And those scholarships deadlines come quickly. So make sure that you're applying early. We'll talk a little bit about that later. If you want to live in our residence halls, you have that ability to do that. Along with that is we have suite style campus living. We also have apartment living. If you'd rather do that as a transfer student, as long as you have at least 30 credit hours, you're able to do that. You do not have to be 21 to participate. And we have an anytime meal plan. So that means that you can access either one of our dining halls on each side of the campus. There's an east side and a west side. It's unlimited eating, and you can come for 10 times for breakfast if you'd like to. And the meals, we also offer vegan choices, vegetarian choices, and we actually have a Mongolian grill, which is pretty nice. So it's a made to order type meal. All utilities are covered, your cable and internet. There's free laundry services, which is fantastic. Everybody loves getting rid of those coins. And we also have living learning communities. So if you want to be on the same hall as your other students that are in the same program as you, we can set something like that up for you as well. We are a NCAA Division Sports college. We're part of the Missouri Valley Conference, and brand new to us is women's soccer. It's fantastic. All of our facilities are absolutely beautiful. We have a lot of support from our alumni. Okay, the cost of tuition is up there, and that's for the year. Our tuition runs $96.38 for the year. That includes 30 credit hours. Of course, if you go up on credit hours, that number goes up. And if you have less credit hours than 15, then that number goes down. And that is directly tied to our fees at 5266. So if your tuition goes up, fees go up, tuition goes down, fees go down as well. Those fees include your full access to our Saluki bus, which gets you all around campus, and it also will take you off campus. It also covers getting into all the sports. And it also covers your student health insurance if you need it, or you can have that waived. Room and board, if you use the residence halls, is $10,622 for the year, and that includes all your meals. Nice, affordable tuition. So in order to be a part of this, you definitely have to complete an application. You can do that online. It's a $40 application fee, or you can also submit a fee waiver if you qualify for that. You'll send your official transcripts to us. Those official transcripts have to come directly from your other schools to us. And we do not need to see ACT or SAT scores. You're welcome to send it, but it is not required. So follow our story. Come see us. You can visit us on social media, or you can actually contact me and I'll put my information down in the chat. And thank you for listening tonight, and have a great evening.
Thank you so much, Julie. Really appreciate that. Now we're going to move right along to our next school here with Northland College. Come on up and take over.
Thank you. Let me just get my screen shared here. All right, so hello everybody, good evening. My name is Matt. I am an Associate Director of Admissions at Northland College, as well as the Transfer Admissions Counselor here. Northland College is a small liberal arts college in northern Wisconsin. So we are actually at the sort of like the farthest point north in Wisconsin that you can go, and sort of the opposite of what a lot of people might think of when you think of Wisconsin. We're a small school, as I said, so about 600 students total, and those students are coming from all over the country, as well as several different countries outside of the US. All right, clicker. There we go. So we are here sort of at the tippy top of the state, as I said. We're kind of at the top of that orange delta. We're less than a mile from Lake Superior, which is the largest freshwater lake in the world. And we are sort of right outside, or right on the edge of a town called Ashland, which is a small city of about 8,000 people. You can see campus in the foreground of this photograph. We have a soccer and lacrosse stadium, and then the rest of campus sort of in the midground, and then in the background there's Ashland, which has a lot going for it. You know, it's not too small, not too large. It's movie theater, you know, hospital, churches, coffee shops, restaurants, breweries. There's a little harbor, and of course, you know, in the background there is Lake Superior. So there's just a lot, you know, sort of cultural events that go on in Ashland, and you know that our students are sort of partaking in. There we go. So Northland is a liberal arts college. You know, we sort of are firmly in that classic liberal arts tradition. And the building in this picture actually was the first building on campus and is now home to all of our humanities and social science programs, so things like English and business. But we have kind of a special twist. We're known sort of nationwide for our emphasis on the environment, sustainability, and social justice. And we've garnered a lot of attention from all sorts of organizations. We're a Sierra Magazine Cool Schools. We are Princeton Review Top 50 Green School. We're a member of the Eco League Consortium. There's just a lot that we can, you know, we could spend an hour on this alone. But, you know, we are dedicated to providing sort of an environmental perspective in all of our curriculum areas, which we have over 40 academic programs, everything from the conventional sort of English, business, history to things like Native American studies, outdoor education. The programs we're perhaps best known for are natural resources, biology, water science, climate science, humanity and nature studies, sustainable community development, sustainable agriculture, things like that. And we are a Division III school, so we have 14 varsity athletic teams, and about 40% of our students are student athletes. So it's a very active population. One of the things that really sets us apart, I think, as an institution is our location. We're less than a mile from this enormous body of water, and we're right outside of the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore. You can see the Apostle Islands in this photograph. These are 21 uninhabited islands that are full of all sorts of amazing treasures. And our location, allows us to get outside a lot. If you're studying biology, you're going to spend a lot of time in the field. But if you're in an art class, you might go out and wander in nature and dream up some wonderful sculpture or painting. So we take pride in providing experiential opportunities for our students, regardless of what they're studying. And it all kind of comes back to that incredible natural setting that we have. And of course, we have just an incredible community of people. Though we're small, we have a very strong sense, of pride in our community, with 20 clubs, 3 student publications, an outdoor equipment rental facility, and just lots of stuff going on all the time, all year round. Things like a powwow, Book Across the Bay, which is this midnight cross-country ski race across Schwamigan Bay, just outside of Ashland. It's a really lovely community of people, and it's the kind of place where you'll instantly feel like you're at home. So I just want to talk a little bit real quick about the application process. So we are still accepting applications for 2021. You can either apply via the Common App or through our online application, which is free. And you have to be in good academic standing at your current or most recent institution in order to apply as a transfer student. If you have earned less than 17 transferable credit hours, you will need to submit a copy of your high school transcripts or GED and test scores if you have them. If you have more than 17 transferable credit hours, all we need are your unofficial or official transcripts from any post-secondary institution you've attended. And if you're admitted, I will do, or our registrar will do a credit audit, so that we'll be able to tell you exactly how your credits will transfer into Northland. And I will go through that with you myself. And then if you're admitted, you'll also receive a merit scholarship that is this year ranging from $18,500 to $24,500 a year. And we offer a number of other kind of merit-based scholarships. And of course, we would encourage you to file the FAFSA, so you're making sure that you're getting all of that aid. And that's kind of like everything in a nutshell. I would encourage you to, follow us on social and check us out. Let me know if you have any questions. You can email admissions@northland.edu, and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks.
Great, thank you, appreciate that. We are going to move to our final presentation now with University of Wisconsin-Madison. Go ahead and take it away.
All right, great. Thank you so much. So hello and welcome. My name is Alyssa Watts-Ransom, and I'm a transfer admissions counselor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Also a double alumna, completing both a Bachelor of Arts degree and a master's degree from UW. So first, I want to share a little bit about our campus community. Madison is the state capital of Wisconsin with a population of almost 260,000 people. About 2.5 hours northwest of Chicago. It's a great place to call home. It really combines a city feel along with nature preserves right in the heart of the city, like the UW Arboretum, and has a platinum bike-friendly rating from the League of American Bicyclists. On campus, we are 44,000 Badgers strong. Of those, about 30,000 are undergraduates, and each year we welcome over 1,000 new transfer students. And even with all of those Badgers, we still have a student-faculty ratio of about 20-1. So the university itself has earned some strong rankings nationally and internationally, as you can see here on the screen. And much of that is thanks to the Wisconsin idea. So simply put, it's the idea that an education from UW-Madison is meant to benefit people not just here in Wisconsin, but nationally and across the world, which has led to many firsts, including things like the discovery of vitamins A and B, but also ranking first in 2020 for top volunteer producing colleges and universities for the Peace Corps for the 4th year in a row. So in the classroom, you will have lots of options. UW-Madison has 8 undergraduate schools and colleges that are home to 125 majors and over 70 certificates, which are similar to minors. Even with all those options, it is definitely okay if you are still undecided. Our cross-college advising services team can help you explore majors and careers and really find the right fit for you. So throughout your time here, you'll have the opportunity to create what we call your own Wisconsin experience. So if you want to get involved in research, you're definitely in the right place. There's research happening in every single department on campus, and you can also dig deeper with a greater academic challenge through a formal honors program or maybe through honors courses in an area of strength. Plus, our career centers across campus can help you get connected to internships and co-ops. For example, over 80% of our students in the College of Engineering complete a co-op before they graduate. And yes, transfer students can study abroad. We have about 200 study abroad programs in more than 70 countries. So our study abroad advisors can help you determine if and when studying abroad would be a good fit for you in your academic plan. And of course, our badgers are engaged outside the classroom as well. The university and the surrounding Madison community offer so many opportunities to get connected, whether you're interested in the arts, getting active through intramural sports, or maybe attending Big Ten athletic events. There really is something for everyone. Our transfer transition program can help you get started with building your community and getting connected on campus. In addition to professional staff, they also have transfer students serving as transfer student coordinators. So together they can provide support services before, during, and after you transfer to UW, including virtual pre-transfer advising that you can access now as a prospective or as an admitted student. So I've included some stats here about when students typically transfer to UW, which is usually at the start of their sophomore or junior year. So you'll see that a majority of our transfer students are in that traditional 18 to 22 age range, but still around 1 in 5 transfer students are older. So regardless of intended major, we do have a few academic requirements for admission, which you can see here on the screen. This includes some minimum math and world language requirements. Again, these must be completed prior to transfer in order to be eligible for admission. But outside of those minimum admission requirements, here at UW-Madison, we use what's called a holistic review process, which means we review every element of your application. Certainly academic excellence is the most important factor, but we also know it's only part of your story. So we want to know about you as both a student and a community member. So what are you involved with? What are you passionate about? And why is UW a good fit? That said, our most competitive transfer students will have completed courses in a wide breadth of areas, including courses in subjects like English, math, biological, physical science, and the humanities and social sciences, all while maintaining a strong academic performance. So our average transfer student GPA is about a 3.6, or primarily earning A's and B's. As you can see here, we have 2 main admission cycles, one for students interested in a spring semester start and one for students interested in a fall semester start. Our next app cycle opens on August 1st. And one thing to note here, the dates included are for this past application cycle. So definitely check our website in August to check for next year's deadlines. And then lastly, I just wanted to give a quick overview of cost of financial aid at UW. So cost of attendance will vary based on a number of different factors, including things like your home state or country of residence, where you choose to live on or off campus, and so on. So definitely head to our website to use our net price calculator tool to see what cost would look like for you. And then very few scholarships are auto-awarded, so you can actually start applying for scholarships through our Wisconsin Scholarship Hub, or WISH, as soon as you've submitted your application, even before you've heard an admissions decision. And of course, you can also reach out to our Office of Student Financial Aid with any questions that you might have. So that was just a really brief version of our longer transfer info session. If you're interested in learning more, please feel free to sign up for one of our info sessions and/or head to our website to sign up for a one-on-one with a transfer counselor, possibly myself, and we can go into some more individualized conversations about your situation. All right, I'll turn it back over to you, Jay.
Great, thank you. I'm going to now ask all of our presenters to come on back up because I've got one question here for you. Being that you are the professionals that you are, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? And I'll have you answer in the same order in which y'all presented. So University of Illinois at Chicago, what would you say here?
Yeah, that's a great question, Jay. I would just say always be mindful of time. So as far as your academic advisor, they may have 345 students assigned to them. Sign up for that appointment early. Your letters of rec, Start them early. Don't wait till the last minute. Your essay, if you know that writing isn't your forte. So always be mindful of jumping ahead in your needs, because most websites for universities will lay out what they require for transfer requirements. So don't wait till the last minute, guys.
Great, thank you. DePaul University.
I'd probably take us in a little bit of a different direction. After you decided on your college, what makes students most successful in their college experience is going to be getting involved on campus. So whether you're living on campus, whether you're not living on campus, finding those organizations, clubs, groups to be involved in, that's going to give you a good sense of belonging at the university or the college that you attend, as well as good affinity for that institution as well. And it's just going to make you have a great college experience as well. So once you're on campus and you're starting to get to know everything, just get involved, find reasons to be on campus, and that's going to give you that sense of belonging and affinity that you're looking for.
Great, thank you. Southern Illinois University.
Yes, well, I definitely agree with both of them. Definitely applying early is incredibly crucial, but it's not too late to apply at this point in time. However, if you are still considering for next year, get your applications in now, because that's your automatic scholarships are going to be awarded. And when that money is out, it's gone. So it's important to do that. But the other piece to that, to add to it, is that come visit your campus. I know that it's more important for freshmen to do it, and you think that in your mind, but in reality, you need to find that the environment is comfortable for you as well. So I highly encourage you to visit and every school that you're even thinking that you might be interested in, so that you have them as an option.
Great, thank you. And Northland College.
Yeah, it might seem obvious, but make sure you're using your transfer admissions counselors as a resource. Find out who they are and get to know their name, get their email address, and ask questions. We are here to serve you and to help you make your transition as easy as possible. So don't forget about us, basically.
Great. And let's close it out now with University of Wisconsin-Madison. What do you have to add?
Yeah, I think really just echoing a lot of what's already been said. I think, that getting that connection to campus, whether that's through different clubs, student organizations, finding, through those counselors, things like that. I think that getting involved early and getting involved often, you can always leave a group, you can always leave a club, but it definitely can be helpful to get started early. So I would just say, that involvement is going to be really key. And then also being, not afraid to ask for what you need. I think that was something that I struggled with as a student during my time early on. And once I started finding that voice and that confidence, that was really when things started to bloom. So definitely don't be afraid to ask for what you need. As others have said, we're here to serve you.
Great, thank you. Well, I'm going to close us out here now. So I want to say thank you to all 5 of you for giving us all that great information in your area of genius. And thank you to anybody watching live or anyone watching the recording. We appreciate that. When you close out of here, there will be a short 4-question survey. We would love for you to give us your feedback. Also, this is just one of many sessions always happening with StriveScan. And in about 1 week, you'll be able to find this recording at strivescan.com/WACAC. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and you all have a wonderful night. Bye now.